The air crackled with anticipation. The atmosphere was electric, a palpable tension hanging over PNC Park. Fans were on the edge of their seats, their eyes glued to the field, hearts pounding in unison. It was one of those moments where time seemed to stand still and every second felt like an eternity. Andrew McCutchen, a hometown hero, stepped to the plate. The crowd's anticipation grew even more intense. McCutchen had always been a beacon of hope for the Pirates, a player who could turn the tide of any game with a single swing. The weight of the moment rested on his shoulders, but he seemed unfazed, his focus razor-sharp. 2 runners on, 7th inning. The stakes couldn't be higher. The tension in the stadium was almost unbearable, as if the entire city of Pittsburgh was holding its breath, waiting for the next move. Every fan knew that this at-bat could change everything. The Pirates were trailing the Cubs. The scoreboard told a story of struggle and determination. The team had fought hard to stay in the game, and now, with McCutchen at the plate, there was a glimmer of hope. The crowd's energy was a mix of anxiety and excitement, a volatile combination that could erupt at any moment. The city held its breath. Then, a roar. McCutchen delivered, a double. The ball soared through the air and the crowd erupted in a deafening cheer. It was a moment of pure elation, a release of all the pent-up tension. The runners sprinted home and the Pirates took the lead. The stadium was alive with joy, a sea of waving arms and jubilant faces. 2 runs scored, the Pirates were ahead, the scoreboard flashed the new score and the fans went wild. It was a moment of triumph, a testament to the team's resilience and McCutchen's skill. The energy in the stadium was electric, a celebration of the game and the players who made it possible. But the cheers died quickly. Something was wrong. The jubilation was abruptly cut short, replaced by a sense of unease. The crowd's expressions shifted from joy to concern, as if a dark cloud had suddenly descended over the stadium. The atmosphere grew heavy, and a sense of dread began to creep in. A figure tumbled over the railing in the right field stands. It happened so quickly, yet it felt like slow motion. The figure's fall was a stark contrast to the celebration that had just taken place. The crowd watched in horror, unable to look away from the unfolding tragedy. A gasp rippled through the stadium. A nightmare unfolded before their eyes. The collective gasp was a sound of pure shock, a reaction to the unthinkable. The fans' faces were etched with disbelief and fear as they tried to process what they were witnessing. It was a moment that would be seared into their memories forever. The game stopped. Players watched in horror. The players who had been so focused on the game were now frozen in place, their expressions mirroring the crowd's shock. The field, once a place of competition and excitement, had become a scene of tragedy. The silence was profound, a stark contrast to the noise and energy that had filled the stadium just moments before. Fans covered their faces. The stands, once alive with cheers, went eerily quiet. The silence was almost tangible, a heavy blanket that smothered the stadium. Fans covered their faces, some in disbelief, others in sorrow. The joy of the game had been replaced by a deep sense of concern and fear. The silence was deafening. It spoke volumes about the collective shock that gripped the stadium. The once vibrant and noisy crowd was now a sea of silent, worried faces. The air was thick with tension, and the weight of the moment pressed down on everyone present. The joy of the game was gone, replaced by a heavy blanket of concern and fear. The atmosphere had shifted dramatically, from one of celebration to one of dread. The incident had cast a long shadow over the game, and the fans, players, and everyone in the stadium were left grappling with the sudden and shocking turn of events. Medical personnel rushed to the fallen fan. Every eye in the stadium followed their every move. A stretcher appeared. The crowd watched, hearts pounding, as the fan was carefully lifted and carried away. The game resumed, but the energy was gone. The magic of the moment had vanished. The stands, usually buzzing with excitement, were subdued. A collective prayer seemed to rise from the stadium. Fans whispered amongst themselves, hoping for the best. The incident served as a stark reminder of life's fragility. It was a moment that transcended the game, uniting everyone in a shared sense of concern and empathy. Bob Nutting, the Pirates owner, was heartbroken. He issued a statement, his words heavy with emotion. "We are devastated by this tragic event," he said. "Our thoughts and prayers are with the fan and their family." He spoke of the Pirates community, a family united in grief and support. Nutting's words resonated deeply with the city. He acknowledged the collective pain, the shared fear. He reminded everyone that this was bigger than baseball. This was about humanity, about coming together in the face of adversity. Manager Derek Shelton stood before the press, his face etched with worry. The room was silent, the weight of the situation palpable. Cameras flashed, capturing the somber mood that had settled over the team. "This is an extremely unfortunate situation," he said, his voice heavy with emotion. The gravity of his words hung in the air, resonating with everyone present. It was clear that this was more than just a routine press conference. He spoke of the injured fan, expressing his deepest concern. "Our thoughts are with them," he continued, his eyes reflecting the pain and worry that the entire team felt. The fan's injury had struck a chord with everyone. He spoke of his team, visibly shaken by the incident. The players, usually so focused and determined, now looked lost and distressed. The bond they shared with their fans was evident, and this incident had deeply affected them. He asked everyone to keep the fan and their family in their thoughts and prayers. "We are all hoping for a swift recovery," he added, his voice breaking slightly. It was a heartfelt plea, one that came from a place of genuine concern. Shelton's words echoed the sentiments of his players. They nodded in agreement, their faces mirroring the same worry and hope. It was a moment of unity, a team coming together in the face of adversity. The incident had cast a shadow over the victory. What should have been a moment of celebration was now overshadowed by concern and uncertainty. The stadium, usually filled with cheers, now felt eerily quiet. The game, once the center of their world, now seemed trivial. The players, who had given their all on the field, now found themselves reflecting on the fragility of life. The importance of the game paled in comparison to the well-being of a fan. Their focus had shifted to something far more important, the well-being of a fellow human being. In that moment, the team realized that some things are bigger than the game. Their thoughts and prayers were with the injured fan, hoping for a full and speedy recovery. Section 5, McCutcheon's plea: cherish every moment. Andrew McCutcheon, his joy over the double long gone, took to social media. "Please keep the fan who fell in your prayers," he wrote. His words, filled with empathy and concern, resonated with fans across the country. He reminded everyone to cherish their loved ones, to appreciate every moment. McCutcheon's message transcended the world of baseball. It was a message of unity, a reminder of the preciousness of life. He reminded everyone that in the grand scheme of things, wins and losses paled in comparison to the value of human life. Section 6. Beyond the Diamond, a community unites. The incident at PNC Park sent shockwaves far beyond the stadium walls. It became a national story, a reminder of the fragility of life. The city of Pittsburgh, known for its resilience, rallied around the injured fan. Messages of support poured in from across the country. The incident transcended team loyalty. Fans of all stripes, Pirates, Cubs, and beyond, united in their concern. It was a testament to the power of sports to bring people together, especially in times of adversity. Section 7. The Clemente Wall, a symbol of hope. The fan had fallen near the Clemente Wall, a tribute to Pirates legend Roberto Clemente. Clemente, known for his humanitarian work, died tragically in a plane crash while delivering aid to earthquake victims. The irony was not lost on anyone. The wall, a symbol of Clemente's legacy of compassion, now took on a new meaning. It became a focal point for prayers and well wishes for the injured fan. It served as a reminder that, even in the face of tragedy, there is always hope. Section 8. Healing together: the power of support. As the injured fan fought for their life, the city of Pittsburgh held its breath. The incident served as a stark reminder of the things that truly matter. It highlighted the power of community, the importance of coming together in times of need. The outpouring of support was a testament to the spirit of Pittsburgh. It was a reminder that even in the face of tragedy, hope and compassion can prevail. Section 9. Moving forward, with heavy hearts, we hope. The incident at PNC Park left an indelible mark on the city of Pittsburgh. It was a day that started like any other, filled with the usual hustle and bustle, but it ended in a way no one could have ever imagined. The shockwaves of that event rippled through the community, touching every life in some way. People who had never met before found themselves united in their grief, their sorrow binding them together in a way that only shared tragedy can. It was a reminder of life's fragility, a stark reminder that every moment is precious. In the days that followed, the city seemed to move in slow motion, as if time itself had been affected by the weight of the collective grief. Families held their loved ones a little tighter, friends reached out to one another more often, and strangers offered smiles and nods of understanding. The incident had a way of putting everything into perspective, making the mundane seem trivial, and the important things stand out in sharp relief. But it was also a testament to the power of the human spirit. In the face of such overwhelming sadness, the people of Pittsburgh showed incredible resilience. They came together to support one another, to offer comfort and solace in any way they could. Community centers opened their doors to those in need, local businesses offered free services, and volunteers worked tirelessly to provide assistance. It was a beautiful display of unity and compassion, a shining example of what it means to be a community. The collective grief, the outpouring of support, and the unwavering hope. These were the things that defined the city's response. Memorials sprang up around the city, places where people could go to pay their respects and find a moment of peace. Candlelight vigils were held, the soft glow of the flames a symbol of the enduring hope that even in the darkest of times, there is light. The messages left at these memorials spoke of love, of loss, and of the unbreakable spirit of the people of Pittsburgh. The game would go on, but it would never be the same. The players took to the field with heavy hearts, their minds undoubtedly on the events that had transpired. The audience too was subdued, their usual cheers and applause replaced by a respectful silence. It was a poignant reminder that life goes on, but it is forever changed by the experiences we endure. The game served as a tribute to those who were lost, a way for the community to come together and find some semblance of normalcy in the midst of their grief. The memory of that night would linger, a solemn reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of cherishing every moment. As the city of Pittsburgh began to heal, the lessons learned from that tragic event would not be forgotten. It served as a powerful reminder to live each day to the fullest, to appreciate the people in our lives, and to never take a single moment for granted. With heavy hearts we hope, and with hope, we move forward.